All right, so this week in Pax Day, we've got a whole new update that came out for the public test server. This is update R46, and with it, we've got an upgrade to Unreal Engine 5.6, improvements to all of the aggro and NPC behaviors. We've got 3 new resources, tens of new recipes, and a partridge in a pear tree. Actually, just kidding. The birds have not been added yet. There's still no birds. There's no birds in the public test server, but we do have a lot of performance improvements as well as optimizations. And that's what we're going to talk about today and a whole lot more. So hello and welcome back, all of you amazingly professional consumers of Pax Dei and Pax Dei related content out there. I'm Altari, the professional gamer, and this is another episode of the Pax Friday Review, the show where we talk about the fun, interesting, new, and exciting information that has come out for Pax Dei over the last week. Like I said, this week we got a new patch. This is R46. It's the new naming convention that the devs are using for the more minor patch updates, and the important thing to note here is that this is not verse 6. Verse 6 is the thing that we were supposed to be getting with the comfort system, as it's been alluded to, as well as many other things. This is just a minor update, you know, a minor update where you add almost like 50 recipes, 3 new resources, change the game engine from 5.4 to 5.6 on Unreal Engine, and completely rework all of the dungeon or overworld NPC aggro mechanics. Yeah, a minor update, mainframe. Yeah, totally agree. No. But what we're going to do today is we're going to head over to the official Discord. We're going to go through all of the patch notes, talk about everything, and yeah, before we head over there, though, I just did want to give a special shout out to all of our channel members. Thank you so much for financially supporting the channel. Without you, we couldn't do all the cool things that we do in the community, and we wouldn't be able to do all of the fun things that we do on this channel either. So thank you for that. And we are actively working towards getting 10,000 subscribers on the channel. We have a ways to go, but the best way that you can make sure that we get there is by going down to the bottom of the screen, hitting that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the like button while you're down there. And as always, share with any of your friends who are looking to stay up to date with Pax Dei and all things Pax Dei related. This channel is pretty much, it's the only thing we cover. We obsess over Pax Dei here. And in the justice of going and obsessing over Pax Dei, we're going to go ahead and go on over to the official Discord. I will see you all over there. All right, so here we are on Pax Dei's official Discord, taking a look at update R46. A lot of things have come out and changed in this patch. We've also gotten a lot of performance improvements with the switch from 5.4 to 5.6 on the Unreal Engine, but we're going to just go ahead and dig right on into it. First things first, important to note, R46, again, this is not verse 6. This is R46. It is a minor update, even though in some ways quite a major update for improvements to things like aggro, as well as general performance of how this game plays on people's computers. Nevertheless, what did we get? We got a lot of under the hood issues fixed with just the game engine and everything that's going on. Several game systems being revisited, but most importantly, the NPC behaviors as well as aggro, and that is a big one. Crafting specifically got an update. Now it's a 1-to-1 ratio of sapwood to charcoal and a 1-to-1 ratio of heartwood to heartwood charcoal. So that's a pretty good deal there. We also got a bunch of UI improvements, specifically when it comes to things like the redeeming queue, tab menu, emotes, and moods, but most importantly, the party UI has now been appropriately changed and updated as well. Again, looks like there's this massive UI improvement project that's been going on where everything's unified. The party UI now looks a lot similar to what the clan tab looks like currently in the live branch as well. NPC behaviors and pathfinding. Again, we got a lot of new improvements with how aggro is working in the game, and so far it's looked pretty solid. They have teased, Spires come in and teased specifically like, hey, the game feels different now with this aggro. It feels more like they were intending it to, and that's pretty reassuring. There's also over 50 new decorative pieces that have been added to the game, including a hedge set, a trellis set, a bunch of ivy as well, the Anatolian ivy, as well as now the ability to plant trees with the bougainvillea, and then a bunch of new benches like a 4 new benches and 1 stone fountain specifically, and these are using adder stones among other things, and that is a lot of things added. As a result, we have jasmine that's been added to the game, Anatolian ivy that's been added to the game, and bougainvillea, which has been added to the game as well. So definitely go out into the world and check all of that out. Those are actually, some of them are pushing the upper threshold of things that can be unlocked on carpentry. Now there is a reason to go from 35 to 40 in carpentry, and let's be honest, if you're just doing what you normally do, you probably have gotten to level 40 even though you didn't need to in carpentry too. But then we got some improvements to upscalers, an upgrade there, NVIDIA DLSS 4.5 super resolution. One thing that I did notice just with the engine upgrade and all of that is now there is a load characteristic when you're going onto the load screen where it's even specifically talking about how it's loading in shaders or preloading shaders. So looks like there's a lot of benefits to the system that's coming in. Performance wise, it's been really good. The engine has been updated. There's now smoother frame rates. The lighting engine works better. Shadow rendering is a lot cheaper. The nanite geometry being more efficient, and everything can be, the render can also operate in parallel. So a lot of these are actually really, really useful and will make a lot of people's rigs actually be able to play Pax Dei a whole heck of a lot better. And in addition to that, the world is going to be faster in terms of its streaming. The texture and mesh streaming will also be improved. So again, the things where you're getting pop in where things should have loaded a while back, but they didn't. So now it looks like stuff is popping up on your screen. It's going to be there. And then also they reduced the memory spikes that were occurring. Hopefully what this means is, you know, when you're in a dungeon and you have someone with a divine staff, someone with a sylvan staff, and then it turns into a PowerPoint for Pax Dei. We don't want to play PowerPoint Pax Dei here. We want it to be a lot smoother, and that's what these improvements are. And then additionally, they added a lot more stability, visual quality, and network and server updates and improvements as well. All in all, this update's actually quite sizable. The party UI changes, hopefully that fixes a lot of things, like with healers not having the appropriate hotkeys in order to heal their teammates when other team members are added after them. That's been quite an annoyance for a lot of healers. Just when players are coming and going from their group, then they have to relog just so that they can use their hotkeys appropriately. There's also just generally a lot of new recipes to play around with and enjoy. I'm actually quite literally getting ready to build a giant cathedral in the Golden City and then a monastery behind it. And this garden and trellis set are going to be right up our alley. So I'm really, really excited about all of that too. Now, between all of this is the aggro improvements as well as NPC behaviors. So this is going to make the dungeons a little bit more engaging and predictable, other than, you know, when you go into Plisson and you end up just absolutely getting wrecked by 40 mobs because one mob pulled another mob, pulled another mob, pulled another mob, pulled another mob, and that just gets a little crazy and out of hand. So aggro rules being improved, huge win for the game. But then also we're getting a bunch of new resources as well as 50 new recipes as well. I like that this update came out. I wonder, and I'd like to hear all of your comments down in the comment section below. Do you think that this was part of what would be coming in verse 6, but part of verse 6 was delayed? Or do you think none of this was actually originally slated to release with verse 6, and this is just a bunch of other interim stuff that they've been working on that they know they needed to find? I'd be interested to read what everyone's comments are, but nevertheless, that's all that we have for today. So if you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit that like button, and then, you know, while you're there, hit the subscribe button as well. We are trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, and we wouldn't be able to do that without you. And then lastly, don't forget to share this video with any of your friends who are interested in Pax Dei. Again, thanks to our channel members, and until the next video, I'm Altari the Professional Gamer.